Welcome to your practice for April. So the work of this month is to really create some circulation, some freedom, and some momentum in the pelvis, in the second chakra, in the second energy center. This is the home of our reproductive organs, our most basic ability to create. And it manifests as our ability to relate to other things. Last month, we built the foundation from the very root of the pelvis out through the legs all the way to the soles of the feet. And that foundation we now fill with the energy of our choices, our interactions, our relations, our desires. And so best this month is to have a blanket or two and to have 2 blocks. And from there you are ready to go. So bring your palms together, rub them, brighten them, sit up tall, and we call in, we tune in. Om Namo, I bow to everything outside of me that brought me here, that supports me, that teaches me in this moment. Guru Dev Namo, I bow to everything inside of me that teaches me, that guides me, that brought me to this moment. So with me, inhale to begin. Om Namo Guru Dev Namo Om Namo Guru Dev Namo Om Namo Guru Dev Namo. Roll your shoulders, shake out your fingers, unfold one of your blankets, and set it across the middle of your mat. You'll put your blocks up at the top, one on each side, within easy reach. And with your toes together and your knees slightly apart, finding your child's pose, settle a breath or two. Letting the upper back open. Rise onto hands and knees. Start your first track of your soundtrack, a JLA. And we start with big circles in the hips, in the seat. Circling. Feeling the way that that circle influences up the spine, into the ribs. It changes the breath. Yours might be small and orderly. Yours might be big and exploratory. Make it your own and reverse those circles, getting into the places that are dark, are unfamiliar, are edgy, and smooth them out. Using your hands, using your head. One more big circle. And then pause in neutral. Drop your head round your back. There's your breath out. Drop your belly, lift your head. There's your breath in. And begin to breathe. Let the movement of your spine be like a bellows that breathes you, that moves air in and out of your body. And then we add the feet, that each time you round, press the tops of your feet down into the floor. Each time we arch, tuck your toes. Exhale and inhale. The tops of the feet, the toes tucked under. So that from the very soles of the feet, you're moving through the pelvis. think about the hands, that when you press the tops of your feet down, press the heels of your hands down and away from your thighs. And as your toes tuck under, draw the heels of your hands towards your knees. And let your spine be supple right between. One more. Perfect. And find neutral. And as you drop back, put your elbows down and then find child. And then up to your elbows and up to your palms. Elbows, child. Elbows, hands. Inhale, inhale, exhale, exhale. In, out, out. In, out, out. In, out, out. Keep your elbows wrapping in. Keep broadening your upper back. Keep loosening your major joints. Out, out. One more. And draw your right knee up towards your right shoulder. And take your right toes back to the floor. Up to the shoulder and back to the floor. X, X. In, out, out. In. When your knee meets your shoulder, swing it forward to your right hand. You're stepping outside of your right hand. You're tucking your back toe under. The heel of your hand in line with the heel of your right foot. Your right knee against your right shoulder, and you stay. Square your hips. Deepen the crease of your right hip. And as you do, lengthen your spine and broaden your back. Let your breath get full into the chest. Let there be length in the front of your chest, from the heart all the way up under the throat. Let it restructure you. Let it clear out the structure you've made. And you'll take it back. Elbows down, child's pose. And then elbows, palms, elbows, child. Elbows, palms, in, out, out, in. Now left shoulder to left knee. And take it back and down. X, X, in, out, out, in, out, out. One more. So that as you come forward, you swing your left heel in line with your left hand. Back toes tucked under. Square your hips. As you square your hips, feel that roll through your spine and make length. And widen from the center of your low back towards your waist. Lengthen from your low back to the middle spine. Widen out into the ribs. From the heart into the base of your neck. From your heart up under your throat. And stepping back to your child's pose. Rinse it out. As you come back up, step your right foot outside of your right hand. You have a block. And take your block underneath your left thigh. Prop it up. Now your left elbow will come to the floor. And if it doesn't come to the floor, you can use a block. But over the course of the month, over the course of the practice, try to get your elbow down to the floor. So your right hand, we're going to turn our right toes out to 10 o'clock. Your left elbow out to 2 o'clock. And right hand points back, points to the right, and then points overhead. Inhale, sweeping open. And then sweeping across. So your chest rolls open toward the ceiling, and then it sweeps facing down toward the floor. Opening with the breath and exhaling. And at first this might be very, very sticky and small. And our work is simply to smooth it out. One more. Let it loosen. And when your right hand is reaching all the way overhead, you're going to pause, use your left elbow, roll your ribs open, firm your back leg. And then your right hand comes down. Step back, change sides through down dog. And the left foot will step outside of the left hand. your right knee to the floor to start, so that the left toes can turn out a little bit. And lift your right thigh. Add the block under the meat of your thigh. Right elbow onto the floor or onto a block. And then your left hand points back, points left, points overhead. Inhale, open the ribs, and exhale, circle. Let it be whatever's possible today. One more big circle, and each day it will keep changing. And then your left hand reaches overhead, and you pause, and you roll the left ribs open. Use your right elbow. Let your left palm turn toward the floor. One more. And the left hand comes down, downward facing dog. Step back and set your block ahead. Perfect. Step your right foot between your hands and pivot to the left and hold outside edges of your heels or your ankles. And inhale, lift halfway. And then exhale, folding down. So if you don't get hold of your ankles or your heels, walk your feet in, lift halfway, or hold up higher on the shins or the calves, so that you can bend your right knee and hold that left ankle and lengthen the left arm, left shoulder, left inner thigh, and change sides, bending. Inhale, float to change. Exhale, bend. So opening the inner thigh helps build our cross-legged seat, gives us a better connection with the floor. One more. Find center and fold right into the middle. Weight into the balls of your feet, right into the pads of your toes, widening your elbows. And turn back towards the front of your mat. Step back and set a block in a line. So your blocks go end to end. Set them in a line and put the meat of your thighs right onto that block. It can be on your blanket. Tuck your toes under and drop your heart to the floor and get your legs situated. And on an inhale, rise up. Firm your legs. Exhale, drop down. Inhale, rise up. So the stronger you make your legs, the less work there is in the chest. Now, if you choose, you can continue there, opening the chest, firming the legs, heels a little bit in towards each other, or left fingertips, right fingertips. It's actually easier than it looks. And then drop your heart, elbows in, and rise, and fall, and rise. Close your eyes. 5, 4. Firm your legs. Find the inner seam of your thighs and get long. 2 and 1. And rise up tall. Pause. Broaden your chest. Lengthen your low belly. Reach into your legs. Firm the back of your body to stand tall on your fingertips. For 3. For 2. Perfect. Tuck your chin. Set your knees down. And set your block between your heels to land your hands on your thighs. So your shins will be on your blanket. The tops of your feet are off the blanket. Your hips are seated. If you need a little extra, add a second block and pause with your hands on your thighs. Feel the pulse of your body down in your pelvis, but feel the upward channel that we're making. So each of our energy centers has a partner. The partner of the low belly is the center of the forehead and about an inch back, right in the center of the midbrain. Our creativity is embodied and intellectually understood. They are in partnership. So, to go one step further, I'm going to face away from you so that you can see what we're doing through the arms. Take your hands up overhead Hold opposite elbows. Give it a little bit of a shimmy. Lengthening through the sides of the arms, the upper back. The spine is long. If you can't get your hands overhead, the forearms just stay a little bit ahead of you, and over time, they draw right over the head. Now your left hand will drop to the center of your spine, right at the base of your neck, and your right hand takes your left elbow a little to the right, and you reach your left hip down, so that you open the left ribs, left lung, left waist. And then the right arm goes wide, right thumb down, the back of your right hand to the center of your back. The left hand wide, left thumb down, the left thumb to the pinky edge of your hand, and a little shimmy. No force at all. You can turn your head. That little movement and the depth of your breath is making space into the tops of your lungs, under your collarbones, opening the windows. And then holding an opposite wrist or an opposite forearm or the outside edges of your elbows, a last shimmy here. Letting it all change. And as you release, sweep your hands wide, bring it all the way up, and hold opposite elbows. Draw your elbows into your palms. The shoulders may go down into their sockets. The length of the shoulder to the elbow grows up. And then the right palm down to the center of your upper back, and the left hand takes the right elbow over. So that the left hand goes wide, thumb down, back of your hand to the middle of your spine, right hand wide, right thumb down, your thumb against the pinky edge, a little bit higher. Now as you continue this work all month, you will feel a profound change in the upper spine. The shoulder girdle, the collarbones in particular, are the gateway between the body and the head. Open that gateway. You may feel a little lightheaded, you may feel tingling. Hold the wrist or the forearm or all the way to the outer elbows, and the last shimmy. Last shimmy. So that when you release your hands, you set them on your thighs. And you pause a moment, still and steady, nice and tall. Feel how as that gateway of the throat opens, the head and the pelvis, so much is freed up. They can communicate. So roll the shoulders, shake the fingers, pause your playlist, and refold your blanket to this long, stable rectangle. This is where you would put your second blanket if it serves you. So if when you sit on this blanket your knees are quite high and you're rounded, that's where you would want the second blanket. So get yourself settled. If 2 blankets is the place for you, you'll feel it. If you fall open, then you don't need the second one. But make sure you're really plugged into your seat. Let the heels come under the knees and sit up tall. Sit up tall. Now restart Forsaken Nights. Bring it back to the start of the song and start there. Press play. Hands on your thighs. Begin to circle. And begin to circle. Inhale as you come across the front. Exhale as you go across the back. As though you could assemble all the openings, all the lines that we've just done. We could put them all together and smooth them out. Pause and reverse your circles, releasing the outer hips, rolling through the low belly, through the ribs, up into the crown of your head, towards that sweet highest self, all the way up. Pause at the top, inhale. Pause there, 3 more sips in. Pause there, heart high, let your chin tuck. Hold it, hands on your shins. As you exhale, drop your belly back. And as you inhale, draw it forward. Let it be small. It's a simple, small movement. Inhale forward, exhale back. And then let it quicken to in, to out, to in, to out, to in, to out, in, to out, in, to out. Feeling how it rolls through the low belly and up into the body. Let your attention rest right at the center of the forehead and back an inch in the midbrain. 5, 4, 3, 2. Inhale, sit very tall, heart up, chin in. 3 more sips. Hold that, trust it, trust it. Lift your chin to exhale, and fingertips to your shoulders. Turn right, turn left, turn right. In left, out right. Spinning your central axis right from the seat to the crown. Let your chin follow your shoulders. Let your elbows rise. Now let your wrists rise up right over the elbow. And rinse out inner arms, inner fingers. In left, out right. Center, inhale. Hold the breath in, bring your hands overhead, point up, 3 more sips. Hold there, heart up, lift the pelvic floor, lift the heart, tuck the chin, stay, stay, stay. Lift your chin to exhale, hands come down. Pause. Now, pause your playlist. And we breathe. Take your hands wide. Fold your fingers in, but peel your palms open. Thumbs are strong. 60 degrees. Find ha. Ha, 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 ha. Keep the breath. Close your mouth. Close your eyes. Keep the breath. Keep it going. Wherever it's sticky, a little shimmy. The shoulders, the head, the hips. Keep the breath. Go, go. Little shimmy. That the breath could clear you out. And wherever it gets stuck, you shimmy it out. Shimmy it out. And then get steady and check in. And find that breath. Shimmy it out. One more time and stay. Seconds. Five, 4, 3, 2, inhale up. Hold the breath, tips of your fingertips touch, lift the pelvic floor, lift the heart, hold, open your hands, and exhale wide and down. Pause right there, sit tall, feel from the base to the crown, land your hands on your thighs. It's a perfect place. If you don't have time, stay here still and tall for 3 more minutes. It's a perfect preparation if you're going on with me.